Hi, this is Joey Burns of the group Calexico. You're watching Vienna Online.
You're going to perform here in Vienna tonight? Are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, I love playing in Vienna. It's one of my favorite cities in Europe.
Why is that?
Oh, I don't know, just there's a certain vibe here. It kind of reminds me of the San Francisco of Europe. It seems like the energy here is always really positive. We've had great shows in various venues, especially here at Arena. It's one of my favorite places to play.
Calexico is known as a band using many acoustic sounds, using many different influences in your music. And how did you come up with this certain way of making music?
I guess, just being a fan of various kinds of music over the years and just pick things that you want to incorporate into your own sound and your own style of songwriting. And so I know that John Convertino, the drummer of our band, he loves accordion, and he started playing accordion maybe 20 years ago, picking it up because his father played accordion, and my grandfather played accordion. John's family is of Italian descent, and my grandfather was of German descent. And so I think that, we kind of share that kind of connection to our families and to that heritage. And even though we probably play the instruments a lot different and maybe not as good as our father or grandfathers, but still, you kind of connect with something on an emotional level as well as just kind of a level of interest. And then, I started, collecting all sorts of stringed instruments, mandolin, cello. I studied contrabass in school. Of course, guitar is easy because everyone plays guitar in their bedrooms or in their garages playing rock music or punk music. So, but kind of just, just wanting to explore and to experiment. I think that's at the core of why we do what we do to begin with.
And you said your family has German background, so do you know some German words?
Ja.
And?
Und ich habe 4 Jahre studiert in Hochschule und dann 2 oder 3 Jahre in Universität, und wenn ich komme zurück jedes Jahr zum Europa, ich versuche mehr und mehr Deutsch sprechen, und ich spreche mit Martin Wenk. Er ist Deutsch, er lebt jetzt in Berlin und er spielt Musik mit vielen Bänden, wie als Nada Surf und Bossa, also Calexico.
How would you personally describe the sound of Calexico, and is it really like desert rock, as often said?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard for me to describe those things. At times I feel like there's a connection to the Mediterranean and to Europe. And I think that having been a fan of all sorts of different kinds of music over the years, growing up and finding certain nuances in some of the 60s, classic rock bands like the Beatles and the Stones and the Who, I've tried to find where those subtleties come from. They come from Spain, they come from Italy, they come from Greece and France, and so and then as time has gotten on, I've been able to hear music from directly from those sources, or whether it be gypsy music from around Europe and Eastern Europe, or listening to Portuguese fado, and then traveling to Portugal to try to find more about the music and the culture, and then finding those influences that excite me over in North America, whether they be, African American or Afro-Cuban, Mexican influence. There's kind of a German influence in some of the Mexican folk songs, and at the same time, I've always been a fan of singer-songwriter music and indie rock and punk, and so it all kind of just comes together, and it's hard really to pinpoint when and where certain things made their mark. I just kind of followed my heart and my passion as far as what do I want to do right now, and just did it.
And the political situation of the American-Mexican border is often a theme in your songs, like Crystal Frontier, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that so?
Well, just because in moving from Los Angeles to Tucson, Arizona in 1993, I didn't first realize, the growing situation and how bad things were getting out of control until maybe the year 2000 and 2001, and so I think that as I moved closer to the border and in a town that is much smaller than Los Angeles, I was more directly involved with my environment and in the cultures that I'm living in there. And as a musician and as a songwriter, and I felt like these were important things that I wanted to embrace, not so much on a social political platform, but more on the stories. I really connected to people and their stories. And I've been reading a lot of books and reading a lot of news, and I just wanted to kind of, tap into and do my part to kind of embrace the situation.
If you would come with your family to Vienna, what would you show them?
Well, we would stay at the Hotel Fürstenhof. We'd probably walk around. Maybe Udo and Lily and their family would, take us to the big, huge amusement park where you have the summer festival going on, and go to get some nice cafe and some food. Of course, we got to get some good dessert. Get them some ice cream. Walk around. Take my wife to Palmer's, because all the years that I've been here looking at the Palmer's, women's lingerie, I always think about her. It'd be fun to just show her the store and little things like that. Just maybe go to the catacombs. For sure, go visit the vineyards. Go meet some friends of ours that have some of that grow and make wine and outside in the Burgenland, and have some fun.
And what are we going to see tonight? How is Calexico live in concert?
I think tonight we want to party. It's summertime. It's Vienna. Everyone's in their shorts and their tank tops or their t-shirts, and just it's a great festival of bands here today. I think we just want to we have a good party.
And when we will see you again next time in Vienna?
Of course, yeah. I don't know when exactly, but probably on the new record, which I'm hoping will come out in early 2015 if all goes well.
Thank you.
Vielen Dank. Bis dann. Tschüss.